So if you want to import all of them, you know how to do that. Importing visualization libraries, station libraries, matplotlib, matplot library, or you call it matplot library, Seaborn plotlib. You know what I mean by interactive plots? With interactive plots are just basically plots that you can, hover around and it tells you what is happening at any point on the chart, right? Power BI has that feature where you can just hover around the chart and it's going to tell you uh, what exactly is going on at every point on the chart. Say you have a point where it's a bar chart, you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So just put it at any point on the chart and you're gonna see, right? So this is how you import matplot library, matplotlib.pyplot as plt, Seaborn as SNS, plotly.express as px, and plotly graph object as go, bouquet.plotting, import fish. So this is how you import all of the visualization libraries. So after importing the visualization libraries, it is important to know, how to use them, right? And also all the customization that there is to actually, there is to plotting a graph. So to like plot a graph, there has to be like um, there are some rules in choosing graphs, right? Is choosing the appropriate visualization, and I think we talked about that before, especially during our moments with Power BI. I think I touched on most part on how to do that. First is you have to decipher how many categories there are. If there are like three categories or less, you can stick with pie chart. But if there are more than that, then you can use bar chart or column chart and just like that. So I guess the first thing is just to know what is applicable. And if it is going to be line graph, that means you are working with a time variable, right? You're working with a time variable. And which other one? So let's get to it. So without visualization, let's say you want to look at the distribution of the ship mode. That's going to be what without visualization. Uh, that's going to be df shape mode, that is indexing shape mode dot value counts, right? So but now that we want to use visualization, how are you going to do it? So all the visualization follows a particular flow. If you are trying to plot with Matplotlib, which you imported as PLT anyways, it's going to be PLT, depending on what you want to import, depending on what you want to visualize. Let's say you are trying to visualize this for an instance. Shape mode, standard class is this, second class is this, first class is this, same day is this. So you can name this as something, a particular data frame. You can say x is equal to df dot shape mode, which helps you like, which makes x a particular, what's it called, a particular data frame. Then plot x distribution, that's going to be plt dot, depending on what type of chart you want to plot. If it is Instagram, it's going to be plt dot east. If it is uh, box plot, plt dot box plot. If it is bar chart, plt dot bar. If it is pie chart, it's going to be plt dot pie. And if you say that you are not working with Matplotlib, that you are working with Seaborn, still like the same thing. You just have to like replace PLT with, you have to replace PLT by SNS, right? So like that. So you can see, right? And there are also other things that you can customize along the way, right? Just like the X label, plt.x label, right? The X axis, which is the same day, okay? And our same day is not meant to be part of the same day, part of the shape mode. Wow, same day is part of the shape mode. How do we confirm? And Zenat, are you there? Are you there?
I guess we can check the data.
Dot distinct. Is it distinct or unique? ship mode rather. This is meant to be ship mode. Oh, second class. Okay, we've got same thing. So this is what it looks like. So the X label, you can put an X label. The X label is going to be X label is going to be what's it called? Shape mode, of course. And the while label is going to be frequency, and the title is going to be distribution of shape mode. Right, that's it. So that's how to like use the PLT Matplotlib library. You want to like that's plotting X distribution using bar chart. Now plotting X distribution using plotting X distribution using histogram. PLT. You see PLT.x, it has already given us the, yeah, so that's it. Instagram does not really have categories. It's just like showing the distribution of how clustered they are, right? With sometimes you need to have a normal distribution curve with histogram to know the actual distribution, right? To know the shape of the distribution with normal distribution. So this shows that the distribution is skewed to the right. So we have all of these, right? And you can also decide to use pie chart instead, right? Plotting X distribution using pie chart. That's simply plt.py, right? Plt.py. So you can see all this. And there's also another one, right? Another method you can use in plotting your shape mode distribution without using EX, right? But then that's like the fastest way to do it. So you have to specify the value counts, the labels is the df ship mode dot value count, right? Which can be kind of hectic. Plt dot bar, right? If you use plt dot bar, I'm going to say that the index is going to be the names, and while the what's it called, the values are the values it is plotting it against. So that's how bar chart works, or that's how the plotting works. It's either you like aggregate the resulting value count into a into a smaller table, then try to plot the smaller table with all other things, right? Plot this smaller table with say that you do that, compress it into a smaller table. When you compress it into a smaller table, then you have, the value and the names, the value and the names, or you just use index and values while doing everything. So this is what I'm saying, is that like you name the particular value count as X, print that, or how you use the execution mode like this. Dot value counts and everything. You plus this. You don't want to like use dot values, then this is labels. You can use df into ship mode like that. So where the value is this, the label is this. But that's a long way, so it's better to like make it compact first before plotting at all. So that's how Matplotlib, that's how it works. Then it's become then SNS plotting with Seaborn. So with Seaborn, so you have to, depends on what you are looking at. If it is regular bar chart, use count plot. right? And you specify the item you are trying to plot. Then also all these ones are mere customization that you can change by yourself within the quotation marks. So that's how to work with Seaborn. So Plotly and Bouquet are not what you are going to be using often because they are like interactive plots, right? And they are computationally expensive, meaning that you can not, do it and expect fast result. They are like computationally intensive, sort of. So that's why I said you can always write it out later. Or should we try it out now? Um, just that they are interactive. That's the only beauty around it. Nothing else. They don't fit in reports because they are interactive. They are meant to be integrated with web plotting, shape mode, distribution, using plotly.
There are two things you have to. I didn't get that last part. See, there are two things you have to. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So you can see that it is interactive. So as I'm clicking around, I can hover around it. I can zoom in, I can zoom out. It even has, you see, I can
Yeah.
even like click out as a dashboard. I can download as PNG. I click on the plotly. So this is built for web integration rather than just static charts, as they are interactive and can also be integrated with external web applications. Right.
Okay. Okay.
So now let's get to the business insights.
Okay. Okay. So Dr. Shannon has been in just we are having the Nigerian Computer Society annual conference, and this year started in Jos. Yeah, so it's finishing tomorrow, and that's the challenge is finishing tomorrow, and I'm supposed to be on Sunday. I'll see if I can see me before I leave on Sunday, but if I can't, that will be when I return. I'm going to. Yes, they're coming back tomorrow, so I don't know what. So I'm
So
definitely
the, what was the first business insight I cited in there?
But either ways, we would just keep in communication. But well done for the amazing job you've done. The estimate will really help so much, and even knowing the accurate number of transformers in the Amazon region. Just do your best and you just make sure that you just improve on what you have. Okay, all right.
One second, I want to pull it up, or if you like possibly wrote it down, I can fetch it from you. Um, so first of all, what was it like? Profit distribution. Um, yeah, that's the first thing. What is the profit distribution? So when you talk about profit, profit is usually, so when you look at the data, let's I don't have to scroll up. Let me just look at the head of the data. That's df.earth. Right. Oh, sales profit. Yeah, we've got profit here. So what's the profit distribution? So profit distribution could mean two things. What's the profit that was made across all the months? It can mean what's the profit that was made across, all the across different different shipment modes, right? But I want to like stick with um, profit that was made across all the month, right? So when you look at the profit distribution in the basic sense, that is DF profit distribution, business insight. That's like business insights one. Profit distribution. That's going to be DF profit dot describe, right? That's like in the basic form possible, trying to get the distribution, that is trying to get the basic summary statistics. You can see that there are like 9,994 rows that we already know of. The mean profit, the average profit is $28.65, right? The standard deviation is this. The minimum profit made was 6599, 6,500. So that this is actually a loss, right? There was a loss at some point, and there were times where they made up to $8,399. So this is more like the profit distribution in the most basic form possible. But if you want to like study the profit distribution across the months, then you have to do some data wrangling, you have to actually convert the month be an to be a month data. This is what should have been done in the data cleaning, right? So sorry to take you back. This is what should have been done in data cleaning. So where is it? I think it was here when you do some data examination, all this head, consistency, validity, checks for duplicates, and all of those things. Then after that, you are actually meant to do some data cleaning. Yeah, I guess this is we've checked for uniqueness, we've checked for yeah, I guess this is where that section is. After checking, doing some proper examination, then you can now go ahead and do some data cleaning. So what are we going to do in data cleaning? What I see that we can do first of all is changing the data types for the date variables. You are going to be encountering this a lot, by the way. Situation whereby the date variable is not properly in the proper type. So when you check the date variable over here, I hope you are not lost. When you check the date variable, so
I'm not lost. I'm not lost.
eh, when you check the date variable, then when we typed df dot date types, you are going to see that oh, this is integer, other id is object, other date is object, ship date is object. So these are not supposed to be. They are supposed to be. They are supposed to be dates basically, right? They are supposed to be dates basically. So you have you are supposed to actually change them to dates. And how do you do that? So you have to use the pandas, pandas. Okay, let me converting steps to data cleaning. The first thing would have been to like check if they are like null values, if they are like duplicates, if they are like empty entries, but we've already checked those earlier and there's nothing of such. So we just want to change the date types now. Convert the date column to data type. So that's going to be df dot date, right? So we are not jumping steps. So this is simply df order date equals speedy dot to date time df order date. So this is how it works basically, right? Then you can also do some ship dates and all of this. So this is the basic process of of conversion, right? Um, so after doing that, then you have to now extract whatever you want to extract out of it. First, you want to extract the month out of it so you can um, extract different things. If you want to extract the date, extracting the days out of the date. So this is going to be df order day. Let's do for order day out of the date of order dates, right? Order dates. That's going to be df order day this, then df. So if you are like trying to extract the month, extracting the month. I hope you know that hash is meant to the month. Hash is meant to comment extracting the month out of the other date. We want to extract the month, that's going to be df other month, other month. So like that, other year two follows like that. So when you know all this, you can now run it. So that means you'll be successfully able to like extract all this. You can print it if you want. Print df, you know, That data is unique. Oops. Wait. If we say print df other date dot unique. So what's wrong with other day? Yeah. So other day, these are like the unique items for other day. I think it's named them as 1, 2, 3 to 31 instead of Monday, Tuesday, Friday. If you check other month is also named the same way, 1 to 12. So when you create other year, so these are the unique years that we've got. So if you can now, use this as a standard for plotting your distribution of profit across the days, across the months, across the year. But one more thing, take for an instance now, you don't want all the months to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Say you don't want it to be that number, so you can actually rearrange the month order by calling it df month, sorting the most months. So first of all, say month order, you can create a list. Month order equals like that. Okay, you can see that's auto completed it. So first of all, you create a list that is month order, right? Then after creating a list that is month order, then you can now have df month, df month to take on that pd dot categorical df month categories equals month order equals true, something like that. Oops. Key error month. What did we call this? Okay, we called it order month. So it has to be something we have defined before. So when you say key order, that means that thing has not been defined before. So order. So you can just do that, right? So that has sorted order month, or you can just say, yeah, order month. But this is all order statistics. This is dealing with order, right? So you've not even done for sheep, right? Can you do for sheep over your end? I think this is month order, and month order works this way. Sorting the month, you can do date order, sorting the date, still the same thing. Date order, sorting the date, not date this time around. Day order, sorting the days. So just like that, right? You can do the same for, I think there's nothing to sort around here. Here is exactly what is supposed to be, which was displayed as 2016, 2015, 2014, 2017. So you just want to like replicate the same thing for ship date, right? We started off by extracting the days out of the date of other dates. No, that's too much English. Extracting the days out of other dates, extracting the month out of other dates, extracting the month out of other dates, extracting the years out of other dates. That's it. So, so how do we go about that? So the same way, extracting, um, convert the date column to data type, right? Extracting the days out of ship days, right? The days out of ship days, just like that, just like that. What else? So you're just going to, after like extracting all these, then you're going to print the unique. It's not necessary we print the unique. Then you just have to sort sort it, sorting the month, right? Ship month, sorting the month. Before you sort the month, you have to first of all say month order. Okay, you've already defined month order before, so you might not necessarily have to like redefine month order. So just like that, you can run this. DF ship month equals PD dot categorical DF ship month categories equals month order. Had it been we had not defined month order before, we can we can now first of all define month order and note the difference between this. This is DF month and this is DF ship month. So it is important to know the difference between the DF month and the DF ship month. DF month is referring to other days, while DF ship month is referring to ship dates, right? I hope that's clear. So now let's move on to. I think we've done the major part of required transformation that is needed for the uh, dates. You can go ahead and do visualizations on distribution of profits distribution of sales, and every other thing. So let's do that. So those were like data pre-processing steps that we should have done earlier, right? Under data cleaning, right after data examination, then moving on to insights to be derived. First of all is um, first of all is sales distribution. Sales distribution. So to explore the distribution of sales across range of products, you got to use the sales dot describe, df sales dot describe, which you've already done. Then you can now have, you know, a tabular format of the sales and the month. If you are looking at sales distribution by month, if you could recall when we were doing shipment distribution, that is ship mode distribution, I told you that you have to like arrange the ship mode inside the data frame first of all before plotting the graph. That's what made it easier, right? The same thing, you want to like arrange the month and the sales made each month. You want to arrange them in a simple table before going on with the visualization. So just going to do that. So and how do you arrange them into a simple table? Um, you can call it month sales, which is going to be df dot group by. So group by is a way of aggregating numerical variables alongside categorical variables, right? If you have a column that is maybe gender now, and you have another column that is maybe scores. So it's a way of aggregating the scores per gender. Um, like I said, just aggregating numerical variables and categorical variables. So yeah, you just want to aggregate the sales by the month. So you say month, and uh, so you aggregate it. Yeah, uh, like I said, aggregation. So that's why you are seeing some over here, right? You put the categorical variable inside a normal bracket while the numerical variable stays in the square bracket, then dot sum, the sum method. So that's how you like aggregate. Say you just want to say you want to aggregate you want to aggregate profit. For an instance, you want to aggregate profit by city or by segment. So you put the segment in O. Hi, hi Zina. Wow, I thought I'm still on the call. Oh. Elizabeth. Uh, yeah, also,
Yeah, leaving. See you.
yeah, see.
Good morning.
So we've got this, and where are we? So, so did you see when I wrote this sales distribution? I said you have to like group the sales. You have to like aggregate the sales according to the month, because usually um, so usually would have to like put whatever you want to visualize. You have to put it in a simple table, right? So that's why you have to like aggregate your numerical variables according to a categorical variable, right? So when you look at this, for an instance, you're going to see that we've got categorical variables and we've got numerical variables. And even if you could recall when we were trying to visualize the distribution of ship mode, uh, we had the ship mode and the value count. So we had to like assign it to a variable x such that x becomes the um, simple table or small table that is holding the categories of the ship mode and the corresponding value count for each ship mode, right? So I'm just going to like go ahead and do the same here. Uh, and you should note that the categorical variable is always the one in the normal bracket and the numerical variable is the one in square bracket. That's how it works. That's how the group by function. That's how it works. The f dot group by put the categorical variable in the normal bracket and the numerical variable in the square bracket dot sum and run that. What does it mean by runtime disconnected? You have to resume the okay, I've resumed the recording. So you might want to look at that if you want. It's not necessary, or you might want to just print it and see. Wow, what's this? Everything is zero. Okay, everything cannot be zero now. So let's examine. You have sales, of course. Is it that we don't have actual month? This cannot be zero. All true. What did we name? What did we name this as? I think that's because, let's see, that's because we did not merge all those newly created columns. We did not merge it with the existing columns. We say df month, yeah, you see, there are no such things as df month. So let's go back to where we did the date extraction. So we have ship month, we have ship month, we have df month, right? We have df day. But while we were doing this, we are just like doing some, you know, variable definition. So if we say df dot d types, so as to be able to see all the columns. Of course, there's other months, there's other dates, there's month, there's ship day, there's ship month, there's ship year. That means we have to like there's day, there's month, there's other month, there's other year. But one thing we realized was that um, months were merely one, two, three, or other days and other months were merely one, two, three, whereas um, whereas the corresponding month are the ones that has the categories, or month order are the one that has the category. So df month is simply bd dot categorical df order month blah blah blah. Day order sorting the days, day order, df days using the sorted days and all that. You So what are we gonna do? So what if we print other days, other month? What is it going to be? That's going to be print other month. Okay, df other month rather. Print month sales. So now, what if we tried print df other month, other month? No, no, I'm not trying to print this time around. I'm trying to aggregate, say month sales equals df dot group by other month sales, like putting other month in here. So that's gonna be df other month, other month. So let's print month sales like that. So this worked. Like saying month one, this is saying basically month one is 9,000. So this is like the aggregate of everything that was sold in each month. January 94,924. February 59,751. March this, April this, May this, June this, July that, and all of those. So what could now be the issue? So what are we gonna do? So just say, so that's all we have, right? So if you look at the index, it's going to be 1 to 3 to 12. And if you look at the values, print month sales. So these are the values. This is a way of preparing a simple table that has the index and the value before plotting the chart. The whole point of visualization is actually interpolation, right? Or should I say, yeah, it's more or less like interpolation. You have a point from the y-axis, then you connect it with a point on the x-axis. That's how interpolation works. That's how interpolation works. So now that you've been able to do that, you've been able to do some interpolation by the other month. So you can now use the plot. You can use what's it called? The plotting, visualizing the sales distribution using bar chart. You can use bar chart. Then you do plt.bar. And if you are using Instagram, you can't even use Instagram. You can use Instagram, but you can't use pie chart because the categories are too many. So just like that. So this is what we have, right? And it's supposed to be a line graph, right? I'm not saying a bar chart is bad, but if you are working with a time variable, you are supposed to use a line chart. So how do you do that? So unlike the rest of bar charts, pie chart, and histogram, that you can just say plt dot ist, plt dot bar, plt dot pie. If you want to use line charts, you use the actual, that single table that you've made, month sales dot plot. You can use this. If you use this dot plot, it also allows you this visualization station using line graph. Month sales dot plot kind equals bar. You can use line. You can use this also to do the whole line bar chart, bar chart and histogram, right? You can see that is a line graph, and you can see you can also do some customization. Let's hope the customization works. Yeah, you can see the customization. The customization is just the dots that you have. You can also do some color. You can also put a color in there. Yeah, just like that. I decided to change the marker here to asterisk. So voila. How do they say? So that's how you like plot the line graph. So I think that's basically sales distribution, but we've not been able to resolve this issue of 1 2 3 yet. It's meant to be actual month name and not 1 2 3 to 12. So how are we going to resolve that? it's important to name this particular one as sales distribution, right? Sales distribution. So how are we going to resolve that? So I think it's the problem stemmed from the data extraction when we're trying to extract the month and put in the right categorical order, right? It's supposed to be when you print df. So what we started with was df order date. We have df order date, right? You have df order date. Then you have let's print df order month. Um, this is df order month. Then we did some sort of aggregation that so you firstly define the month order, then the year for that month. If we use the year for that month, that means it's going to like overwrite the usual month. Df month one, categories equals month order. So by default, df month one should now be January, February, March. Or by the nature of this transformation, it should now be February, January, February, March. But it appears there's an issue, right? One second. Let's see what's wrong. So the F month. So first of all, when you are like extracting the month, how did we do? Oops, not been recording since I paused some time ago. Month is equals um df dot group by month one, and that then this can now be used to plot month sales dot plot. Yeah. So yeah, this is better than 1 to 3 to 12. I think this is the way most of the, all this profit distribution and all of those, this is how they are going to be anyways. So you can lay your hands on them. You can try them out the same way. So I'll just need you to do for profit distribution and which other one? Just do for profit distribution and most other product category, right? All of those should not be hard.